And we're live in 5, 4, 3,
Yep, that's me.
2,
Kristin Carlson,
1.
United Real Estate. Oh, you push the button on the other side?
Oh, darn.
In case we need to edit it right now. Hey guys, Jordan Nielsen here, host of Real Estate Pros on Lister Pros TV, and today we're at Guild Mortgage in Tucson, Arizona with Kristin Carlson of United Real Estate. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day
Thank you
as
for
a
having
real estate
me.
agent and joining me on Real Estate Pros this morning. So for those watching that don't know who you are, we'll give you a couple minutes to introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Kristin Carlson. I am with the Excelsior team at United Real Estate here in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. I'm originally from the Chicago area, and I've been here about 5.5 years, and I absolutely love it here.
Yeah, I'm sure you love it. This part, this
time of year,
this
of
time of
course.
year, like October 25th
Yeah, it's perfect.
in Chicago. What is
It's
it like?
probably snowing or
Really?
rainy and cold, cloudy.
Yeah. How about the summers though?
Too hot and humid.
Is it too hot and
Yeah,
humid
it's
there?
humid there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I prefer Arizona too.
I
I've
do
lived
too.
here since 2001, and I grew up in Dallas, so I don't know if it's the same kind of
Yeah, it
kind of
probably
weather,
is.
but yeah, no tornadoes. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me. So you've been with United. You joined United earlier this year. So
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about your real estate focuses and business driving. What are those activities that you're doing?
Well, I obviously, when I first started in the business, I hit up all my friends and family and people from Chicago as well, because everybody comes to Arizona.
Right.
But so far, so good. It's going really well. My favorite part about the job is just meeting the people and just making their dreams come true. I mean, there's nothing better than having a happy client, and you build a relationship with those people. And honestly, so far, I mean, I've made friends with most of my clients, and we still keep in touch, and that's my favorite part.
Awesome, and we know that in real estate, it's not easy, right? There's so many options when it comes to real estate agents. A lot of people
Exactly.
will get into the business thinking that it's going to be super easy, but you got to get out there and work. So what activities do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, wow.
To keep your business,
To
right?
keep my business going?
Yeah.
So I try to network as much as possible. I go to a bunch of networking events, the Chamber of Commerce. I'm involved with the Boys and Girls Club. I just try to keep my name out there as much as possible. I also have a team of great people that I work with, that I'm learning from. And so on a day-to-day basis, I am up and going and just trying to keep in contact with everyone.
Yeah, I think that's important, right? So just staying in front of people,
Right.
and making sure that people know that you're a real estate agent, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
I think,
Because they do forget.
yeah, and if they forget, then there's a lot of options out there. So you need to be that person that they think of when they're looking to
Right,
buy or
and
sell
I've
a
been
home.
in sales for most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that part is really easy for me, just the relationship building and getting to know people. And I feel as though, people do trust me. And I really, really focus on, from the very beginning, I am available to these buyers and sellers from the very beginning to the very end. That's very important to me. I answer my phone. I respond to text messages. If there's an issue, I hit it head on. I don't procrastinate. So that's kind of my forte.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's not common of all real estate
Yeah.
agents, right? Because I'm a real estate agent as well, and I've worked in a lot of deals where there's kind of a disengaged
Yeah.
person on the other end, and you kind of feel sorry for those clients because they're not being represented
Exactly.
in the best light. So when you're available to show properties and just
Take phone calls at 9 or 10 o'clock
Yeah,
at night.
exactly.
And, it doesn't matter.
you got to do what you got to do to keep your clients happy
Exactly.
and their
just to
interests.
keep them, reassured that everything's going smoothly, and, that's, this is a huge decision for them. This is an emotional transaction. I mean, they, sometimes it's their first time, and it's probably the biggest purchase they'll make in their lifetime. And so just to keep them comfortable.
Right. So what are some things, like you've been in, what are some things that buyers should know before hiring a real estate agent or going out there and going to buy houses, what are some things that, showing properties to buyers? Are there things that they should know before they start the home search process?
Well, typically, I try to get what their criteria is going before we even go look at properties. Ask them if they're working with a lender. If they're not, I set them up with a lender. And get pre-approval or pre-qualified first. Take them out and show them properties, and based on the criteria that they gave me, there's always, every deal's different, so people are all different too.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you just kind of go from there, and you get to know these people the more time you spend with them, and they may have told you one thing, but then they change their mind. So
Right.
it's kind of fun. It's exciting.
Right. So they got to figure out what they want, right?
Exactly.
Before, and
They think they know what they want, but then they.
But you also
Might
brought up
not.
a great point of making sure that they're pre-approved, right? Nothing, or pre-qualified. There's nothing worse than showing properties and then it's outside of their budget, or they're
Right.
not qualified for that
Exactly.
amount. That can in turn make a really bad experience. If
Yes, a lot of wasted time.
and a lot of wasted time. So to not waste the realtors or your
their
time,
Yeah,
make sure they get pre-qualified.
exactly.
So, awesome. So what is your favorite thing about working in real estate?
Like I mentioned, it's just the people. Like, I love helping people. I've been in sales most of my career, like 26 years in sales. I don't know. I just really, really, really like dealing with different people.
Right.
I had, an Army sergeant that I was talking to on the phone the other day that just, was very stern and used foul language and was just very rude. And I thought, okay, this isn't going to go anywhere. But then I just turned the whole conversation around, and now he's called me like 4 times. And it's just all the different kinds of people that you get to meet, and what they really are on the outside isn't what they are on the inside. And you get to know them, and that's really and helping people. I mean, come on, buying a home is very exciting. It shouldn't be that stressful. I mean, I try to take off the stress.
Yes. So, what makes you different from a lot of other agents that are around here? I think you mentioned.
Well, that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is I'm available, and I make myself available because I know how I want to be treated when I'm purchasing a house, and I've purchased homes in the past. I know that I want to be paid attention to, and know that my deal is going smoothly, and where's everything at, and that's probably the most important thing.
Where do you see the current market here in Tucson?
It's still a seller's market. It's probably not at the peak anymore, but it still is a seller's market. Inventory is still a little low in the price range of like $200,000 and below. I just went and showed a client 2 homes the other day, and he thought about it, and then the next day they were both gone.
Really?
Yeah, so it's still a seller's market.
So depending on your price range, you got to be pretty gung-ho about putting in
Exactly.
offers if
Exactly.
you want to get them.
Yes. I mean, there's something for everyone out there, though. You just have to, if it's in the lower price range, you just kind of have to make your decisions a little quicker.
So I guess that's something that buyers should know before
That is something
getting
buyers
into
should
the
know.
process. That you got to be ready quick, especially in certain price. What are those price ranges where you're seeing that properties are coming
Like
off?
200, 250 and below, somewhere around there.
So anything above that, you might have
Anything
a little
above
bit
that,
more
you might
time.
have a little bit more time, yeah, staying on the
But
market
that's
a little bit
crazy.
longer.
Like you showed 2 properties.
2 properties that had been on the market for 4 or 5 days, and they were gone.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So if somebody watching this is interested in hiring you to buy or sell a home in the Tucson area, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, they can give me a call at 520-484-4850, or they can email me at kristin.carlsonrealtor@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kristin, for taking
Thank
time out of your
you.
busy day joining me
Thank
on
you
Real
so
Estate
much.
Pros. And we will see you guys on the next episode.